great. Let's turn on the live as well. Just give me 1 sec. Okay. Good morning to everyone. To those who just joined us from the YouTube. Now, guys, can you please confirm that everyone can hear now? Because we had some sound issues, just to make sure everything got fixed. Sounds okay. What about the guys from the live stream? Can everyone hear me clearly? Okay, so let's start. Yep, all right. Now, guys, I had a bit of technical issue with the PowerPoint today, so I will just mention it that this webinar it's for education and information purposes only. There is no any financial advice included or any personal advice in regards to trading and investing. Whatever I explain here, it's based on my perspective, how I look the market, and the trades I'm about to show you. It's based on my own analysis and my own beliefs about what's going to happen next in the market. So, what do we have here? We start with the news from our calendar, and earlier this morning, during the Asian session, we had the inflation rate in Australia. We see a drop in the number. So what do we expect later on today? It's the Fed interest rate decision. You can see there is expectation to rally from 1.75 all the way to 2.5%. Okay. A question from Sherry. Please have a look on Nasdaq and pound JPY. Thank you so much, Shirley. I will do it definitely. Guys, if you have any currency pairs you want to look at, please feel free to type them below. Then we just had a release from the European site, and it was a GfK consumer confidence. A number, it's dropping down, so it shows that the people, they don't feel even very confident about the economy here in the Europe, unfortunately. Let's see some. Let's go to the premium analytics and have a look to the most important and major news headlines from the morning briefing. And we scroll all the way down and we have today's top headlines. What do we see here? Biden to speak with Chinese President Xi on Thursday. They are expecting to remove some Trump-era tariffs. Okay. They voted to allocate for research in semiconductors and advanced technology 280 billion for chip manufacturing in the US. That's good. China's industrial profit rebounds at its COVID curbs boost factories. Okay. The Credit Suisse group, they want to change and replace their CEO. Someone named Thomas is getting on board soon. Luxury company LVMH, Moet, Louis Vuitton, SC reported higher sales. They have a 28% on sales increase year over year. That's fantastic for them. And UK retail prices accelerated in July, mainly driven by food. Retail prices rose by 4.4% on year in July, which it's good. Now, let's go straight to the charts. Let's start from, actually today I will do it a bit different. I will just start with the pairs you currently are trading, guys. So we have Nasdaq 100 and pound JPY. Let's add the Nasdaq here. Okay, so let's go from the navigation. From here, let's find Nasdaq. Okay. So let's start from the weekly chart. As we know, we are still in a downtrend. We approached this zone down at the bottom. Price came all the way here, accepted this, and then rejected to the upside. So we have a high here. So that's from the weekly. That's how can we map this market. Then we go to the daily chart. First, as we are here on the daily and 4-hour chart, we can see clearly this area, these rejections here, rejection, then the market is rejecting it here. So it's a significant level on the intraday charts, on the 4-hour charts, 1-hour chart, this level here. Okay. So we broke through, price made a higher high. Let's see if we can draw a trend line, and we can draw a trend line here. Now the market is retesting here. It's a good area to, if we want to participate in the market, because we have this higher high, and on the daily chart, there is fair room to move 26.2. We have more than 5, so it's good. So there is room to move until, if the market wants to retest it up, if the market wants to retest this zone here. So from here, if we participate up to there, it's a good reward to risk. If we go to the 4-hour chart, by the way, here I have included the pivot points from, you can find it on the chart. If you go to the navigation, where is the navigation? And you go to common, if you already installed the Supreme Edition from the MT5 platform, you can find it on our website. You can go here. Let me show you. Sorry, this one. No, that was, yeah, for the pivot points. Chart, not advisors, indicators. You click on indicators and you find Admiral pivot points. Right click, attach to chart. Okay. I also add it to my favorite list. So when I click to favorite, it's just here and I don't need to look around to find it. So why I use the pivot points? Because I like to see the intraday support and resistance. So I make sure on the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, if I want to participate, I don't need to buy right at the top or sell right at the bottom, okay, for better entries. So we had on the 4-hour chart, we have this trend line broken because the market created a trend on the 4-hour chart, but this trend, it's against the main trend, which we can see on the daily. So it's a good spot. If you are trading against the trend, you can initiate some positions here. Let's see another. Hello, good morning to those who join us right now. Let's have a look at Aussie yen. Do I have it here? No, but it has to be here. Aussie yen. Okay, so weekly charts. First, we draw our support resistance to map the market. The recent ones on the weekly, it was this high here, false breakout from this pin bar, and then we have rejection, 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 and bounce off. So the market is trying to make higher highs, as we can see if we go down to the daily chart. However, the weekly shows weakness here. The daily chart shows that there is a bit of indecision, because yesterday we see this bullish candle here, and the buyers, they weren't, sorry, 2 days ago we see this bullish candle in form, but yesterday the buyers didn't continue their buying activity. So we had a bit of a dodgy candle here. It means equilibrium in the market, indecision. So buyers and sellers, they didn't have bias for direction, clear direction, but we are around resistance. That's what we can see here. So let's see on the 4-hour chart if we have a better view. So 4-hour chart here. Guys, this is not even an uptrend. This is not even a downtrend. It's just moving sideways. I wouldn't do anything here right now. So this pivot point, it's the middle, the starting point based on the previous day. So we see that there is a battle between buyers and sellers here. It's not very clear, this one. If you are trading JPY, I will show you a clear pair, and actually it was a trade I initiated a couple of days ago. It closed yesterday, so I'll share it with you. CAD JPY. CAD JPY, we said that all the Japan, remember we said on Monday to keep an eye on the Japanese yen pairs, because they have they can give some nice trends. Let's put our recent support, resistance. So market, it's trying to push higher, but we are sitting right in a resistance level. So we have to be very careful if we're going to start buying this market, because we are right at the top. So as you can see, that was the last successful high here. And then we have this high here, which, okay, the market closed above, so we have a higher high. We can see a trend line somewhere. Yep, this is a trend line, a valid trend line actually. So the market is trying to push higher. Again, yesterday, if all these buyers, they were actively buying, yesterday they should continue their buying activity. So we didn't see much of activity from the buyer's side. To me, it looks like a weak market, so I'm not keen to do anything right here in the middle. because the buyers yesterday, they didn't keep buying. So if the buyers yesterday, they didn't want to buy after they make all this effort to push the price from here to there and reverse the 80% of this bearish candle, then something it's a bit suspicious with this pattern here. On the 4-hour chart though, we don't have anything to signal a buying activity. Canadian, New Zealand CAD, New Zealand against the Canadian dollar. Start from the weekly chart. Clearly in a downtrend. That's the rejection. It was support, still support, broke below, acted as resistance. Textbook example. I hope you got involved with that and you made some good trades. So what do we have here? Let's see if we can match a trend line. Let's say from here. No, it's very far away. The market made this lower low. It pushed up to this resistance. So we can see this small uptrend on the daily chart, but the weekly is down. So the daily, it was in an uptrend. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart gave us this uptrend from the daily, of course. And now we have this swing low here at S1. We have this area here. If we break below this area here on the 4-hour chart, any retest, it's good to initiate some sell positions as well, based on my opinion about the market. So I prefer to be seller here. Let's see if, yes, and we had this minor trend line from the daily chart, this uptrend line broken. So we want to find some opportunities to sell this pair. New Zealand CAD, okay. Did we see pound CAD? No, we haven't seen. Yes, we will check gold. Is there a triangle pound CAD? Let's have a look. Pound Canadian dollar on the weekly chart. We had this high. Again, this is an area of too much activity from the sellers. They were rejecting the prices all the time. We have this low here. Actually, from last week, we had this low on the daily chart. Yeah, that's a triangle, correct. Who asked me about this? Cherry asked, is there a triangle on pound yen on daily? Yes, there is. Triangle, it's a formation the price makes within incline and decline lines. So we can see this triangle here. For a triangle to be valid, we need now a break away from this triangle, because on technical analysis, we learned that if the market is still hovering around the boundaries of the triangle, then, and it will not break any point soon after the third touch, which it was here and there, then it's not a valid one. So we will see what will happen with this market. Again, not very clear market. Let's have a look at the gold. Do I have it here? Gold. We talked about that as well on Monday. We have our zones. We are in a downtrend, clearly downtrend. Everyone can see it. This buyer tried to push higher. They got rejected here by the selling orders. 2 days ago, we had this inside, we have another inside. So it's a double inside candle, a break away from this candle. It should be a significant move. So in which direction it's going to break now? There is major trend to the downside, but because we are already in an extensive downtrend at this point, we don't know who's going to win the battle. Maybe we're going to see some retracement. Now, a trade I initiated yesterday, it was on the euro yen. Someone also asked about the euro yen. We're going to go through right now, and I will walk you through the analysis I've done to participate in this trade. It was a 3-to-1 reward to risk trade. I think I can show you also from here. Let's see. Oh, that's the navigator window. View. It's not the data window. Sorry, guys, because I'm using something different. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to me to navigate through the MT5. No, it's not Market Watch. Toolbox here. So let's see. Currently, I'm on 2 trades here. Let's find out from the history. Yesterday's trade, it was this one here. Euro yen sell at 139.83. Stop loss, it was at 140.15, and take profit was fixed 138.88, and that was a 3-to-1 trade. And then I will show you what I'm trading right now. So why I take this trade? Because on the weekly chart, we had this bearish candle, which is a pin bar, and I talked many times about the pin bar. Okay, we have this support here. Then on the daily chart, I saw that a combination of a pin bar bearish engulfing candle got rejected at this point, at this price level, which it was the 142.35. And why this was a significant level? Because the market, after this move, it make a lower low. This low here, it's lower than this low here. So we had a lower low. So this was a big force in the market to push the momentum to the downside. Then we got rejected here, price got rejected at this level, and then we had bears coming aggressively in the market. So I said to myself, you go down to the 4-hour chart and wait for a trend. So we were there. Let's change. We were there after seeing 22.25. We were here actually. So we saw the bearish momentum. And then on the 4-hour chart, I noticed that this 4-hour uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, it's been broken. And we had a lower low here on the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart was in a downtrend, confirming the price action of the weekly chart and the price action of the daily chart. So I was waiting for some type of pullback around this area here, and then I went down to the 1-hour chart and I initiated a position somewhere at this level here, which it was exactly the retest of this one. The stop was about 35 pips, 30 pips, and the take profit was somewhere 90 or 200, somewhere here. So the entry was somewhere here and the stop was somewhere there. That's what I'm teaching you all the time, to be patient with your trading, guys, and let the market come to you. Don't chase the market. Okay. so far we are going good. We start with 10,000 euros equity. Now we are on the 13,000. As you can see, there are also many losing trades. I had many losing trades, but if you can see from the change here, not forget the numbers, forget profit, forget losses, forget what it's written here. Just focus on the change. You can see that when I win way more than what I lose. And that's the key element in trading, guys. I win multiple times my risk. So when I lose very little, but when I win, I win. And it gives me the edge in the market. Now I have a position on the Aussie USD and on the USD Swiss. So USD Swiss, why did I enter here? Because if we see the weekly, we have this, the market is trying to push to the downside. Now this position will be valid until the news event. So I'm going to close it soon. If we draw better our support, so we are here on the support. And the market is trying to push lower. We have an intraday, this zone here. On the 4-hour chart, we can see it better. You see a rejection here. And why is doing that now? So from the rejection here, we expect the market to push to the downside. Let's have a look at the DAX 40 for those who are trading the index. Guys, for those who are watching this webinar constantly, I believe by now you are able to map your chart. So like I do, go on the weekly, put your zones, and then go on the daily, rearrange them a little bit if you have to, and then take it from there with your candlestick patterns and your trends. So we have rejection of the support, we have rejection of the resistance. Let's go to the daily chart. We are still in a downtrend. We talked about this double bottom here, which forced the price to come and retest this resistance area. Now the market is just moving sideways on the daily chart. Sellers, they didn't come in force like they came here. We see that whenever the market, after the broke of this zone, the market, when it was retesting, immediately the sellers, they were there to push the market to the lower price. Here, the sellers didn't come. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been 5 trading days, and we don't see momentum to the downside. So maybe this market is telling us that the sellers, they don't have that willingness to sell more. Maybe they believe that the market is already cheap in terms of price, and they want to buy a little bit and leave the prices higher. So who knows? What we can see is that we don't experience the selling pressure. Okay. Thank you, Theo. I learned a lot from you. Appreciate Sherry, and I see that you are constantly on the webinars, and I'm sure that people who are either participate live if your schedule allows you, or when you watch it later when we upload it on the YouTube channel, then you are getting so much value out of this, and I'm really thankful for that. Dashran has a question here. Hi, in the light of FOMC rate news, you expect pound to drop towards the recent lows, could also whiplash spiking upwards before the drop. Pound already spike, yes, on the way down now, wouldn't you say? Okay, so that's a great question actually, and that's a key point when it comes to to news events like interest rates or non-farm payroll events. The market, it's down now on the weekly chart. So we have these lower highs and lower lows. If the news events, they want to change the outcome of this market, we have to understand that there is a resistance on the weekly chart, a clear resistance here at this level, 126.5. So if the news event is going to come so favorable for the US dollar and the market participants wants to buy this to the upside, it means that it can go faster to resistance. Do you guys understand this? It doesn't mean that one event, it's for guarantee it's going to change the trend in the market forever or for the next 5 months, and we're going to just see the market moving in one direction only. No, an event, because it creates a lot of volatility, usually takes the market faster to the next level of support and resistance. And you have to be you have to be calm and patient and understand where are you, the way I'm teaching you to do it, how to analyze the market, lower lows, lower highs, downtrend, higher lows, higher highs, uptrend, and we are waiting patiently for the price to come to our level to initiate the position we want to initiate. Okay, that's the best explanation, Padel, I can give you about that, to put it very simple and very effective to understand. Guys, I'm just leaving it a little bit more for another couple of minutes because we had the delay at the beginning. So last chart for today, S&P 500, it came from the YouTube. Awesome, Theo, you are a star. Thank you, Padel. Appreciate. So S&P 500, quickly on the weekly chart, we see downtrend here, lower lows, lower highs. Let's map it a little bit. We see on the weekly chart, it's this low here, but it's not very relevant for a trading ideas. So we're going to keep this low here, and then we have this high, and then the next one, if we break above this one, it's going to be very clear trade to the upside. So on the daily chart, we try, no, actually, it's not this one. So the next level, it's this one here. So that was the lower low. That was the lower high. So here it's our level of resistance. Now, what do we see? The market is trying to make higher highs and higher lows. When you draw trend lines, it's okay to cut through tails, but it's not okay to cut through the bodies. You're not going to draw a trend line like this, okay? You can draw the trend line like that because we touch 1-2 points and then the price didn't cut the body here, but we left the next candle, so that's not valid. So we have to include this candle here. So that's the actual trend line. And remember, guys, we draw and we trade what we see, not what we think or what we feel. In trading with feeling, you don't go ahead of the game. Okay, so we see higher highs here. This high is higher than this high, so higher highs. And we had this lower highs, so we are in an uptrend on the daily chart, but remember the weekly chart is in a downtrend. If you want to start looking for buys up to this area here, just manage your risk accordingly. Don't be very aggressive. So we have this uptrend here. It broke the structure, but we have these lower highs, lower lows. So yeah, it looks like a good market to, if you're going to take trades to the upside, it looks a good market. I won't participate in this market, to be honest with you, because the force is on the downside. By all means, again, that's the way I see the market, and that's what I'm explaining. Sorry, I'm correcting myself. Darsh, not paddle. Okay, Darsh, it's not paddle, it's Darsh. Thank you so much for clarifying. All right, so Winnie, Laura, mine didn't get a chance today. Okay, guys, it was a pleasure. Let's see another. Guys, it was a pleasure to host this morning briefing webinar with you. Thank you so much for your participation. Please make sure you like and subscribe this video. I noticed that since I started webinars, the morning briefings a couple of months ago, we had 29,900 subscribers. Now we are on the 30,500, and I really, really appreciate it, because I know that you like and you subscribe to the channel, and I'm very thankful for that, and Admirals as well. We are very thankful for that. So I wish you happy trading. Please manage your risk if you want to trade today, and looking forward to see you with positive results as well and good trades on Friday. Bye, everyone.